Hello, welcome to Monday's class. Back again for another pull workout. As usual, I'll just give it a minute here. We are just using dumbbells today, a little bit of mix of our heavy and our light dumbbells, but no bands, nothing, no benches, nothing special like that. Just give it another couple seconds. A couple people jumping onto the live. Like I said, if you're just joining, there's no bands or any special equipment today, just dumbbells. Our heavy and our light dumbbells, but that's it. All right, it's a minute after, so let's get into our usual warm-up here. So we're gonna go with our feet hip distance apart, toes pointing straight forward. Reach down towards the ground. Up, tip, and twist. Okay, come nice and wide, toes are still straight forward. Same reaches. Okay, all the way narrow. Okay, and our last two, we come back to hip distance apart, but externally rotate your toes. As you come down, the knees go out over the toes. And the last one, the internal rotation. Knees come together as you go down. Same reaches every time. We're just switching up the foot position. All right, so that's it for our little warm up. Get all our joints warmed up. So we're gonna go, I'll tell you the exercise and you can choose your weights accordingly. We're gonna go with the deadlift, the one just pushing your hips back, leaning down like that. As you stand up, so deadlift, as you stand up, you're gonna do like a sideways. Keep your hands sideways like that, bicep curl. Okay, so choose your weights accordingly. We're gonna do about 12 repetitions. All right, so feet are shoulder width distance apart. Hinge down, push that butt backwards, keep the back nice and flat, and then hammer curl. All right, hinge, stand up, squeeze the butt, make sure you're all the way up tall, hammer curl. And 12. All right, it's probably going to keep the same weights for this next exercise, but if you need to switch up, you can. We're going to do a traditional bicep curl on the way up, which means palms forward. Flip those palms over, keep the elbows tucked in, and then slowly let it come down. So you're flipping at the bottom, curl up, flip at the top, slowly let it come down. Elbows stay tucked in tight the whole time, okay? Still going for about 12 reps. That's usually what I suggest for most exercises, unless we're starting something new. I might start a little bit lower, but obviously gauge yourself, you know, whatever weights you have, make it challenging. I always say the last two should be a bit of a struggle, but you're still able to keep good form. That's how you know you're doing enough weight or too much weight. Okay. And that's my 12. All right, so I'm going to keep the same weights for the third exercise. You can judge yourself. We're going to do the upright row. So it's standing up nice and tall. Palms are back towards your own body. And then pull your elbows high. Slowly let it come down. So resist gravity on the way down. Pull up. Slowly control it on the way down. Nice good posture, shoulders back, chest out. And 12. All right, take a quick little breather, grab a sip of water, give your hands a little rest. All right, so we're back to our deadlift, sideways, also called a hammer curl. Okay, so hips back, flat back, curl up with those palms facing inward. And 12. All right, we've got our Zotman or rotational curls. So palms are up as you come up, flip them down as you come down. Flipping at the top and the bottom. Ten, 11, and 12. All right, shake it out a little bit, shake up shoulders, relax everything. Shoulders back, good posture, and row. And 12. All right, so another little quick breather. Still got this cough. The rest of the cold has gone away, but this cough is lingering. All right, round 3, deadlift hammer curl. Get your posture, lock those shoulders in, and then hinge from your hips, push your hips backwards, curl. And 12. All right, we got our Zotman curls, so palms up, flip them, palms down. And 12. All right, last of the upright row. Chest out, shoulders back, pull. Elbows are always higher than the hands. All right, take a quick little breather. Grab a sip of water. We are done with that circuit, so we're switching up exercises. All right, we're gonna go with our side lunge with a twist today. So one dumbbell, probably your heavier one, depending on what your weights are. You can either hold it like this or like this, whatever you feel more stable, more comfortable with. So side lunge, you step over, sit down on that leg, and then twist the dumbbell out. So it kind of happens all simultaneously. Twist it as you step. Okay, foot is landing straight forward. You don't want to twist the foot out, it's kind of your upper body twisting as you land. Feel free to do this one without a dumbbell if you are a beginner. And just trying to get the movement to push your hip back as well. Don't let those knees go forward. Like you're sitting in a chair over here. Push the butt back. And 12. All right, we do have to switch up sides here. So foot still landing straight forward. And 12. All right, next one we don't need any equipment for. So for a few weeks now we've been working on this single leg hinge where you kind of touch down, you can either touch the floor or touch an object. If you've been doing the without holding on, so if you were holding on in the past and just needed a little assistance, stick with that version, or maybe even give yourself just a little bit of an upgrade there. But if you've been doing the middle one or the more advanced, going down all the way to the floor, I want you to try today to kind of hinge forward and then give a little hop. It's not really about getting high off the floor. It's more about getting that balance back after you leave the floor. Okay, so hinge forward with a little hop. Ooh, moving. Keep your eyes on one point that's not moving. Get your 8 to 12. I will let you cut it short here a little bit if you are just jumping up to this harder version here. You can gauge yourself somewhere in that rep range. All right, third exercise. So I said we weren't using any equipment because I would say 99 to 100% of you do not have this TRX at home. I'm going to be doing a version on that because I do want you guys to see this piece of equipment and potentially think if it would work in your house to give you a little bit more variety. So basically it just needs to attach. You can attach over a doorway. I have it attached to my piece of weightlifting equipment here, but if you think that's something that could work in your house and you like it, just shoot me a message and we can talk about if it's good for you. But, so for the most part, if you don't have a TRX, which I'm pretty sure you don't, we're gonna go into a bent over row like this. Okay, so probably your heavy dumbbells, you're bent over, you're pulling it up to like where your belt would be. But I will show you, so this equipment is great for giving a lot of different variety in exercises. It's the same kind of motion, a row. So I'm hanging off here and I'm just pulling up like that. Okay, so that's the version I'm gonna do just to show you this equipment, but you guys can do your bent over row. Works similar muscles. Take a little breather. back to our side lunge. All right, to the side with a twist. And 12. Okay, switch to the other one. And 12. All right. Moving on to our single leg hinge. So if you are just touching the floor, if you're just reaching to a target or holding on, you can definitely stick there if you want. But if you'd like to do your hinge with a little hop, you can definitely go to that today. You don't have to reach all the way to the floor on this one. This is more about the balance after the hop. So reach down maybe like mid shin. Okay, other side. And then so bent over row with your dumbbells. I'll do the TRX. This is called the letters TRX. Again, like I said, if you're interested, you can shoot me a message. We can talk about if you have the right setup to make it work. Definitely gives you a lot of variety in movements you can do just from in your house. And 12. I do think, it was a long time ago I bought this. It was pretty expensive actually back then when it first came out, but I think now it's 50 to 75 bucks-ish. Christmas is coming up. The biggest thing is just to make sure you have somewhere to hang it first, so you can see mine is hanging from my squat rack, but they do come with like an over door hang, but you want to make sure your door closes in a certain direction and all that. So definitely let's have a chat before you invest in it. All right, last time. And 12. All right, back to our balancing one. So pick whatever version you're doing. Reach down, hop if you can. Okay, switch it up. Anybody that's a runner in this group, this is a great exercise for improving running, ankle, hip stability. Perfect. All right, so as before, bent over row. If you don't have the TRX, and TRX row here. And 12. All right, that's 3 of those done. Give yourself a little break, and then we are going to hit the floor today on our mat for our core work. So speaking about reaching out to me and stuff to figure out if you have a setup for this. Anytime, guys, if there's any exercise that we do that you're like, oh, I really can't do that, my knees are really bothering me, or my shoulders, or if there's any kind of issue, feel free. I mean, that's what this group is for. You can private message me. You can post it up in the group if you want to publicly talk about it. I'm here for all that feedback too, and asking questions and all that. So get what you're paid for. All right, so next to exercise, we're going to come, so beginners are going to come into just the top of a push-up position and just stay there. If you're more advanced, you're going to be in the top of that push-up, but you're going to walk your feet out. So step out to the side, bring it back in. Other side, bring it back in. So you're just alternating side to side. Okay, and you can judge your reps anywhere kind of 6 to 12 will be great. Finish up that one, and we're going to flip over onto our backs, and we're going to do some crunches. We don't do many crunches in this group, but today we got one. Legs are up, hands are up. You're just going to reach up towards your toes and then back down. Okay, so just barely get the shoulders. Your lower back is staying on the floor. Finish off those crunches. Then we're going to go do the pelvic tilts that we've done a few times now. So very small movement. If you're looking at the camera, you might not see anything happening, but what I'm doing is I'm flattening my back, pressing my lower back into the floor using these lower ab muscles. Okay? So it's kind of take a big breath in, exhale, flatten the back, squeeze, and relax. Big exhale, tighten up all those core muscles, and relax. Make sure you're using those low abs. You can kind of, your body will figure out how to tilt that pelvis using everything else but your lower abs. So really think about those squeezing as you push down. Everything tightens up, and relax. One more. And relax. All right, that's our floor set. So let's roll it back over. Like I said, if you're a beginner and you just want to hang out in the top of this push-up position, you can. If you want to do your feet walking out, that's a step up Like I said, anywhere between 6 to 8 or 6 to 12 reps on each side. Try to keep everything still so my shoulders, my butt are not kind of jumping up and down. Everything's stable, just the legs are stepping in and out. Whew, that'll get the low abs, especially after those other two. All right, legs up, hands up. If you feel your neck in this one, so your neck is a part of all that flexor chain that goes all the way down through your abdominals. So it is a part, it needs to be working, but if you mainly feel it in your neck, push your tongue on the roof of your mouth. That'll help kind of activate all those inner kind of core muscles there in the neck, and it won't hurt as much. Get your 12 of those and then move right into your pelvic tilts. Exhale as you push down. All right, get your breath back to normal there. And one more time. All right, so hands are right underneath your shoulders. Pop up, walk out if you can. All right. I always find anything in the plank position so hard. All right. Crunches. A little exhale as you come up. All right, and the last one for the day, the pelvic tilts. Flatten that back, exhale. Two more. Perfect. All right, that is it for the exercises. Just got our stretches left. So sit up, straighten your legs out in front of you, and just fold over. Okay, bring your feet in so the bottoms of your shoes touch, knees fall open. Still with that slight little forward lean. Okay. 90-90, so 90-degree angles in both knees. And then lean over that front leg. Okay, switch sides. into child's pose. So when you sit back on your heels and then walk your hands out as far as you can. A few deep breaths. Okay, come up to all fours. Arch your back up like a cat. Drop it down, the head comes up. Back and forth. Alright, so then we're into our half kneel. So one knee is on the floor, whatever knee is on the floor, same side arm goes up and over. Okay, bring that down, switch it over. Okay, come up from the floor. Find somewhere to hold on for balance. And pull the leg up. Okay, switch sides. And then our very last one, our shoulder stretch. Grab your hands behind your back. Pull your shoulders back. Get that stretch going across your chest and shoulders. Perfect. All right. Excellent work, ladies. Another one done. Wednesday, same time, 12 o'clock, we'll do our push exercises. All right. Thank you for joining. Bye-bye.